Oleg Orlov is a Russian human rights activist and co-chair of the Human Rights Center Memorial. Today, this distinguished activist, who has witnessed the terrors of war and spent over 40 years fighting for peace, is being persecuted for his anti-war position. Oleg Petrovich is facing 3 years in prison for his open and fearless condemnation of Russia's actions in Ukraine. His article titled "They wanted fascism, they got it" became the reason for a criminal case on repeated discrediting of the Russian army. Orlov is 70 years old. Back in the early 80s, he single-handedly posted and distributed homemade leaflets against the war in Afghanistan. At night, he made the leaflets on a homemade hectograph, a machine used by revolutionaries of the 19th century. In the 90s, Orlov started visiting the hotspots on the post-Soviet space as an observer from Memorial. During the First and Second Chechen War, he investigated the killings of civilians, fought against filtration camps, and participated in negotiations on the release of prisoners. When in June 1995, Basayev's terrorists seized hostages in the Budenovsk hospital, as part of a Kovalov group, Orlov voluntarily exchanged himself for 1,500 people from the seized hospital. Oleg Orlov collected information about the violation of human rights in Georgia as a result of Russian aggression in 2008. He also led the work of Memorial in the zone of armed conflict in eastern Ukraine in 2014-2016. Working in zones of armed conflict, Orlov repeatedly came under fire and risked his life. In 2007, in Ingushetia, he was kidnapped, beaten, and faced death threats. The kidnappers demanded that he no longer appear in the Republic. Oleg Orlov did not leave Russia despite the pressure from the government. Starting in February 2022, he came out to protest the war 5 times. Every time he was detained, put on trial, and fined. Now he is in danger of imprisonment. Oleg Orlov is a biologist by training. He loves nature, enjoys fishing, kayaking, and painting. He also loves his country. Thanks to his contribution, Memorial received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2022. This difficult work remains behind the scene of news and popular YouTube channels, yet it's been persistently and fearlessly done by the hands of wonderful people fighting for peace and human rights. Don't stay silent. Sign a letter in support of Oleg Orlov. Do not let the court make a shameful and cruel decision. Share this video on your social media.